game-winning goal for you tonight in front of your family and friends. How did it feel?
Definitely a special moment. And not only with just some family and friends in the stands for the city of Oshawa, right? It's just a great moment. A little bit of a sloppy game for us to start out. Not the most perfect game, but to get one at the end there and bring a win home in our first game here was really special.
How many people did you have in the stands tonight?
6 or 7. But as the season gets on, I'm sure that a few more from Peterborough are gonna make the trek. I'm fortunate enough to have grown up 40 minutes north of here, so it's gonna be really special when they do get a chance to come in.
Yeah, you obviously would have played maybe not in this arena, but in this area for sure. So you must be pretty familiar with it.
Yeah, growing up, we were in Oshawa and Whitby, every weekend, a few times a week, whether it was lacrosse and hockey. So pretty familiar, and the fans have been great so far, and they've welcomed us in here, so it's been great.
And
when did you know it was going to win? Was it as soon as you scored that goal, or was there another moment, 2, 5, 10 seconds later that made you realize we won this?
You know what? The goal was great and all, but it was Curtsy getting that tough GB in the corner and calling timeout. That sealed the deal for us. We were able to get a good timeout, and from that we drew up a play just to make sure that we kept them from not getting the ball and going down in transition and scoring. So hats off to Curtsy. He's one of the best guys in the league at getting loose balls, and he probably got the toughest one so far in that game. And that was the moment in which I knew that we were going to win that one.
What were some of the things that worked well for you guys on offense, and talk about some things you went to clean up at Halifax?
Yeah, every time you play the first game of the season, there's ups and downs. For us, there was a few times, a few possessions, I'm thinking back to the third quarter. We were just a little bit stale, just weren't moving the ball. It felt like the ball was getting caught in a guy's stick, which, again, it happens. We've just coming out of training camp. We're still building chemistry with a few guys on the team. When we were playing well is when we were moving the ball, we were banging bodies, we were running around, right, using our athleticism to our advantage.
Being a local guy, how does it feel to have a team like Toronto to play with Oshawa? Rivalry 400 series,
Yeah, that's going to be great. A nice little rivalry here to start out in the inaugural season for Oshawa is pretty cool. And I'm sure you guys noticed, but there was a lot of Toronto Rock fans here. And they're a passionate fan base. And so we just want to provide Oshawa with a great experience and get up for these rivalry games. Even though it's the first one of the season, it was a tough battle, and both teams played their hearts out.
How do you feel with the crowd buzzing on the game goal there?
Yeah, I think I blacked out a little bit, if I'm being honest. I didn't quite know if it went in at the time, but it was, again, can't say enough good things about the crowd. Really loud, really engaged, just the whole game. And when you play at home, you want that. You want that on your side. It's tough going to places when the crowd's not on your side, especially a crowd like that size. So to have one of that size on our side for a full 60 minutes was just great.
You're going to play Halifax next, and they're a real loud farm, so what do you have to do to combat that?
Yeah, that's a great question. We've had some success in Halifax. We're going to go out. We're going to make some tweaks. We're going to watch some film this week, both offensively, defensively, through the lines. But we're going to be ready to play for the second game of the season.
Did you get a little stick there?
High stick in the first quarter. Got some stitches at half.
Just tell me about your travel, because you may be from this area, but you don't live here right now.
That's correct. So from Peterborough, but I live in Kansas City, Missouri right now with my wife. That's where she's from. Travel's not that bad. Making a connecting flight in Detroit, and then that's about an hour and a half flight, and then to Detroit to Toronto is like 40 minutes. So it's a pretty seamless transition. It's essentially the same travel that I had getting to and from Albany.